What's up everybody? Today we are finally addressing the elephant in the room, aka I'm gonna be calling all of us out on our bullshit because there ain't no way we are gonna keep doing this to ourselves and to other people, but mostly to ourselves in 2022. What I am referring to are 10 things that we as human beings keep postponing, overlooking, suppressing. You know what? It's time to break that pattern. Let's start off with Number 1, being authentic. Inauthenticity stems from a number of things, right? Poor self-esteem, the fear of being too much, the fear of, not being the right person for the wrong person for you, that type of ish, okay? Okay. I've always felt some sort of pride in being a chameleon, but I gotta say, out of personal experience, all those multiple personalities that I've created over the years to please different people or different scenarios have finally caught up with me, and eventually it will catch up to you as well, and you will no longer know who you are, which yes is a very bad thing because then you don't know your worth. If you are inauthentic, if you don't know who you really are, your true self, how in the living F will you know what your boundaries are, what your values are? If you don't know, the basics, how can you level up? Easier said than done, I know. The second thing that we really need to stop doing, and I mean for good, is taking things for granted. I got the vid, and it really taught me that my health is not something that I should just YOLO about, okay? Because in the snap of a finger...
What are you gonna do when some super virus comes along that turns your vital organs into liquid shit?
One small practice I've kind of noticed myself doing unintentionally but intentionally at the same time is, when I wake up and look out the window or when I pass by my couch or by my table, I just take a literal millisecond and be like, I am so happy that I got this table. It is such a beautiful table. I am so happy where I live. If you are having trouble with gratitude and gratefulness and all of that, I've included a mini tracker or checklist or whatever you want to call it in my 2022 manifestation planner, so definitely check it out if you need some prompts to get started. You never know when the zombies are gonna come, okay? I'm still counting the minutes, they're coming. Number 3 is making better choices. If you've watched my Kind Mind Diaries, you know that one of my big goals for this year is to make better choices when it comes to my health, but it doesn't have to be limited to health. What I mean by this is that we make, I don't know how many, I'm pretty sure I researched it, 35,000 mini decisions a day or something amazing like that. The key really is to acknowledge the fact that every action you do, even a minuscule one, is actually a choice. For example, if you open that drawer and reach for a bag of chips, the key is to notice that you are about to act. In other words, you are about to make a decision that can impact your long-term goals, that can impact your life, because every little thing you do, surprise, surprise, adds up. Stop pretending like what you do is not your choice. It is your choice. Make the right choice for you so that it serves you in the long run and in the short run, because guess what? After I finish that bag of chips, will I feel good? Hell no! Number 4, and I have been struggling with this one for a long time, and that is stand up for yourself. But this circles back to knowing who you are in the first place, am I right? So do number 1, and then this one is gonna hopefully come about easier. What I mean is, if you are not wrong, do not apologize. If it was not your fault, do not apologize, especially in the workplace. This whole I'm sorry thing does not work. You need to rethink your language and stop making excuses for other people's boo-boos or for circumstantial boo-boos that were outside of your control. Moving down the list, playing it safe. Another thing I spoke about in my Kind Mind Diaries, because I am very open in that vlog series. In case you didn't watch them, you're missing out. Life is short. If you don't take any risk, if you don't live it to the fullest, once again, some super virus might come along and, ruin all of that. If your parents are in the room, I'm sorry. Get that tattoo. Get that piercing, try that business, go on an adventure, study abroad. Now is the time. Film different YouTube videos. Are most of my subscribers gonna leave? You know what? The ones that should be here are here. The ones that love you will stay. Number 6 kind of ties everything together, and that is forcing relationships, okay? I've always been the type of friend that went a level or a million above everyone else. If you're my friend, I will check up on you. I will spend a lot of money and time on you because I love you and I want to show that I care. But at one point, if you feel like that relationship is unilateral and you're not getting literally anything back, it's about time to just stop. And I'm not saying to drop people out of your life just because you're not getting anything in return. That's not what I mean. But a relationship is a tango. You can't have a lady, jumping in the air with no one there to catch her and do that spinneroo thing, okay? It takes duos, two, doi. Don't forget that all of this, before making any move in terms of relationships and other people, the first thing you have to do is talk about it. So communication is key, okay? Okay. Number 7 is a giant one. Confronting past trauma. I am still on the waiting list to see a psychologist, and it's starting to really tick me off right now, but I'm being patient. I am being patient. I'm probably gonna go on multiple waiting lists just so, I spread myself out there and see what bites type of thing. Again, out of personal experience, you will realize that just because you run away from one situation doesn't mean that you are now miraculously healed. Our childhood or teen or just any past trauma or unresolved issue will follow you along and will trickle out into surprisingly other elements of your life that you did not expect it to pop out like daisies. Please, I am begging you, if I'm doing it and I'm hard-headed as hell, you definitely should be doing it. Resolve your past trauma. Go to therapy. Talk to someone. Do some exercises on your mental health. Track your mental health. And stop carrying that BS around. That shit is heavy. We don't want that. It's bad for our backs and our posture. Number 8, I'm pretty sure it sounds repetitive, but putting other people first. I'm having a lot of issues with this because I am a people pleaser and other people are my number 1 priority. Always, all the time, which is ridiculous because you know what I realized? If I am sick, how can I take care of the people around me? Number 9 is taking advice from people that ain't ish. Let me explain. I personally don't take advice from people whose life I do not look up to. You wouldn't take relationship advice from someone that's been divorced 8 times and struggling to keep a relationship for the life of them. You take, school advice from someone that passed with flying colors. Whenever someone opens their mouth and tries to tell you what to do, take a step back, say, you know what, that's your opinion, but let me just look at where it comes from, see is that where I want to be? Do I want to be in your shoes? If you want to be in their shoes, then do what they're doing. Then take their advice. But if that's not what you want, don't use their recipe. You're gonna arrive at pretty much the same cake, or probably worse. And finally, the last thing that we will no longer be doing, you and me, that's right, I'm holding you to it, is relying on other people to make things happen for us. I've learned the hard way that things are not given to you. You have to ask for them. Sometimes you have to, just do a little pulling, okay? And if you want that promotion, ask for it. No one's gonna give it to you. Even if you are like the top of the top, the shining star of your organization, if you don't ask for it, you will not get it. If you want something in a relationship, like you want your partner to give you more huggies in the morning, you have to ask for it. Don't depend on other people to give you what you need and to know to give you what you need. Again, it all boils down to communication. So bottom line, the things that you can take out of this video is make better decision, communicate, and put yourself first. And of course, stop all the BSing. It's time to get serious, okay? So once this video is over, which is pretty much now, roll up your sleeveys and get to work.